because in our culture, very few people do the prenup.
That's interesting.
I wonder if it's a normal thing to go to a bar or restaurant or whatever this place is in a different country, and all of a sudden you start talking to some random person that you don't know, never spoke, never heard of. Hey, guess what? So I'm actually in Panama, and my woman has actually just kicked me out of the hotel because I decided to announce that I wanted to have a prenup. The things that we see on reality TV really is reality, isn't it? But anyway, let's really get into what this video is all about.
I might forget about the prenup.
So my man goes to a restaurant, bar, whatever it was, right? And a woman from Panama literally said to him, listen, prenup is not something that we do in our country. In fact, bringing up a prenup, it basically is telling the woman that you don't really love her. Bringing up a prenup is pretty much saying that that you're bringing bad energy into our relationship, and pretty much that you fear that a divorce may actually happen, when in reality that's not how we see marriage here. You know, obviously us getting married, the whole idea of it is because we want to commit to that person for the rest of our lives. So him having a conversation with a random stranger, boom, switch the light, switch. Listen, man, he just changed the freaking narrative in his head, okay, yeah. And all of a sudden, we're now in a situation where my man's here saying, oh, you know what? Yeah, I've actually changed my mind about getting the prenup. I mean, listen, to be honest with you, if I just move away from this conversation based on Gino and Jasmine, on a personal level, for me, I personally don't really believe in prenup. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the point of me wanting to marry someone if I feel like this person may leave me and take all of my shiz. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't that doesn't register in my mind. It doesn't really make sense. I do agree that prenups do come with a very bad energy to your relationship, but at the same time, I'm someone who's very old school minded in terms of the fact that prenups never existed before, or at least I didn't know about them. I mean, as far as I know, prenups are something that I heard about based on Americans. You know what I mean? It's something that, like, even in the UK, it's not really like a massive thing. You know, you hear more about it obviously in the States and maybe other parts of the world, whatever. But either way, though, on a personal level, prenups for me, don't get it. I mean, I understand it, sorry, but not for me. But I can understand that obviously in Panama it's the same thing. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, though. We've got to now judge it based on Jasmine's behavior. Jasmine's whole behavior has told us that this man should get a prenup. But you know what the most interesting part about that? Her whole behavior has told us that he should get a prenup because we know he should not be marrying Jasmine. So therefore, it goes back to the point. The same point that the woman made, and I guess the same point that I'm making. And that is the point of, if I'm thinking we get a prenup, well then why the hell am I going to marry you? You know what I mean? Gino was talking about, yeah, obviously I worked this many years for all of these things, and obviously if you get divorced, I don't really want that. Well, why are you going to marry if you feel like that could happen? You ask him the question, why do you think that? And he has an answer for it, but the answer he has really isn't good enough. But either way, though, he's now made a U-turn. He's now in a position where he's like, you know what? I understand that we're not going to get a prenup. No. That shouldn't be your answer. If your mind is going to change away from the prenup, it should change to one thing and one thing only, and that is, you know what? Because I wanted a prenup, I've now decided that I don't want to marry you. That's it. I'm too afraid that we may break up. I'm too afraid that if we did break up, I would lose everything. So I actually don't want da. But instead, Gino being Gino, we'll just get married without a prenup. Well, I mean, your life is your gamble. Your life is your gamble. And that's the bottom line. We continue.
I'm so thankful I shut up my mouth and let him talk first. Do you want to try
my bad. I low-key played that just a little bit too soon.
But I'm so thankful I shut up my mouth and let him talk first. Actually, if Gino was going to insist on it, I was willing to sign up the prenup. But I'm so thankful.
Yeah, that's the part that I was going to play right there of her saying that, you know, if that she was going to sign the prenup allegedly. She was never going to sign the prenup. She's lying. She's only saying this right now because she wants people to like her. That's it. Why are you lying for? Don't tell us she's going to change your mind. Or the same person that said, oh, I'm not going to marry you now because you want a prenup, and now you're going to want... Man, go by. Anyway, man, let's get into the last bit of this madness.
Thinking and thinking and thinking. Like, would you consider having a will at this moment?
I mean, honestly, like, listen, tomorrow isn't promised. I live by that. I stand by that. But to tell someone that but to ask someone or bring up the conversation before you even married them, have you thought about having a will? Can we put the will conversation in the same conversation as a prenup? Probably not. But you've just got over the prenup. At least let that shit marinate for a minute. I mean, leave it for a couple of months, maybe a couple of years, whatever, right? Years preferably. Years after you've been married, you know what I'm saying? But you're not even married yet, the commitment hasn't even been signed yet, and now she wants to be talking about wills?
No, I'm not, baby. Because let's say that you die. I'm gonna be alone in the United States.
We're like a few months away from being married. And you're worried about me dying?
She's not worried about you dying, buddy. All she's worried about is herself. Listen to what she's saying. I'm gonna be alone in the United States. Like, she's worrying about herself.
Yes, anything can happen.
Where'd that come from? Like, I thought the prenup is the worst of the worst of financial discussions with her. But
like I said, the fact that you was thinking about a prenup is the reason why you should have left her. But instead,
but it just makes me realize we have a lot of other issues that we're gonna have to work out.
I'm not gonna lie to you, buddy. For me personally, it's not even a conversation about you have a whole lot of other issues to work about to work on. For me personally, I'll be sitting there thinking, so are you planning on taking me out at some point? Like, are you gonna take me out in my sleep? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm like, whoa. Why are we talking about my death like that? Like, that is some dark stuff there. Some hella sad stuff there, man. And to be honest with you, the fact that she says it with her chest is just scary. If a woman said that to me, are you mad? Hey, I'm running. You know what? I'm good. I don't need to know. I'm not even talking. I'm running. If he was on a phone call, I'm hanging up, blocking a number, deleting the whole damn thing. I'm changing my address. You know what I mean? If it's in person, I'm getting my car and running, and I'm driving as fast as I can. You know what I mean? I'm fleeing the situation, changing my address, moving to a whole nother location, maybe in a whole nother country. Like, what the hell? What do you mean? What? Are you crazy? I know tomorrow's no promise, but goddamn, how dark do you want to be? I mean, it's crazy because, you know, the bartender was talking about, like, in Panama, like, bringing up a prenup is like it's bringing back energy to the relationship. And then Jasmine was talking to her sister, I believe, at the time, right? And she was talking about how, like, all she wants is to be with someone that makes her feel wanted and somebody that's gonna fight for a corner. And that's why the whole prenup thing isn't something that she's willing to do. And that's why the prenup idea really got upset. Because, of course, same thing as bad energy. You're now bringing up a will before you even marry this man, live with this man, been with this man for long enough. Like, yo, you want to talk about bad energy? Like, okay, Gino may have been bringing in bad energy with the prenup, but you're bringing in dark energy. Dark. I don't know, man. All I know is that for me personally, if I was in this situation, I'm running. I know that for sure. Changing location, man. I might even have to change planets. Because you know what? In this world, sometimes you can move to a whole different location, but people can still find you. I might have to get on a spaceship, you know what I'm saying? Or build a bunker and live on the ground. You technology these days, man, people can find you. You know, as long as you're on this earth, people can find you. You know what I'm saying? Change my identity. Go and get cosmetic surgery and change my features. Change my DNA somehow. I don't know. Mutate myself with animal blood. So extreme. I know. Either way, though, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, sub, and of course, peace.